TWSA every Tuesday night from 6 to 7 right here on 1490 WBCB and 107.3 FM.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's. What's better than a Sunday brunch? How about brunch on Saturday and Sunday? Weekends from 10 to 2 at select Chickies and Pete's locations. Try one of our delicious brunch sandwiches like chicken and waffle or our incredible breakfast tacos. How about a crab fry skillet featuring our world-famous crab fries topped with egg and cheese? Add peppers and onions, roasted peppers, crab or lobster. Or try our classic avocado toast. Pair your meal with one of our tasty brunch cocktails. Every Saturday and Sunday, 10 till 2 at Chickies and Pete's.
Good morning, race fans, and welcome to Yardley, Pennsylvania.
We're here with Wide Open Wednesday. Once again, here are your hosts, Fred Fletcher and Nick Leach.
Good afternoon. It's 5 after 5, and we're on the drive here at WBCB. We've got Stone Cold Steve Lawler at the controls here. Steve's happy now. The Phillies are winning. They can win tonight and clinch it. So that'll make Steve real happy. And we're coming off a great weekend of racing at Maple Grove, and Fred's getting excited because the car's going to get lettered, and we're going to get a chance to get his hot rod out for one of these vintage shows. Yeah. So, yeah, pretty neat, Fred.
Yeah,
we're going to have a blast.
I've been playing around with the car, getting some of it ready, throwing the alternator bracket on there and getting the alternator hooked up, and got me a smaller steering wheel so I can fit behind it.
And you got a hold of Mark. Mark said he's going to come over and help you with some setups. That's cool.
Yep, Mark Yaple's going to come over and get some setups. Bruce Bowen's coming over to letter it next week. He said he's got a couple of trucks to do. So as soon as he gets done with those, he's not sure what day, but one day next week I'll be all lettered up. I'm really looking forward to that and getting up and ready. And actually even hitting the motorsports show that Earl was talking about last week up at Oaks in Fort Washington.
Well, the motorsports show is cool because you walk through there, you get to see the racetracks, you get to see the vendors, and where they put the vintage cars is like when you first walk in, they have where all the vintage cars are. So and Kate's going to help us out, and we got to thank Kate for everything she does for us for the show. We have a brand new Wide Open Wednesday Facebook page, gang. Go to that page. Post your pictures. Give us your thoughts. Warren has a spot on there for Warren's wisdom. We can't thank Kate enough for everything that she does for us with that. And I mean, we're full speed now. We're not at half throttle anymore.
No, we're wide open.
We're wide open. We're starting to get on the gas here and do what we do. I mean, I'll tell you, it's fun. It's a lot of fun to be in the studio. When you're not in the studio, you're thinking, wow, I miss it. And then we were off for all that time there, and, the Phillies take a precedent here, and I understand that. And Red October's coming, Mr. Lawler, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we have an exciting couple of weeks ahead of us, and we know that the Phillies can clinch it tonight, so hopefully we can get our playoff spot locked in just a few more days, and they get an opportunity to clinch the division.
Yeah, well, hopefully they'll do that, and then, it'll be so much easier to go down 95, and everybody will be happy, and they won't be waving that number one sign at everybody. But and the Eagles, that it was a tough loss for them. I mean, I'm not an Eagle fan by no means. I'm definitely a Kelsey fan, but it was a tough loss for the Eagles, and maybe a bad decision there cost them that game, but it's early. They play in the worst division in football.
What football team do you like?
Don't ask.
Don't tell me you're a Cowboys fan.
Yes, I'm a Cowboy.
Oh, my goodness.
I've been a Cowboy fan ever since I was a kid. I'll tell you how this happened.
It's a wonder you didn't burst into flames when he came through the door.
My
Eagles territory.
I'm sorry, Merle. But anyhow, here's the deal. When I was a kid, I got a pair of binoculars for my birthday, and the Cowboys were playing the Dolphins in the Super Bowl. And the Cowboys won, and ever since then, I've been a Cowboy fan. Stallback, old school Cowboys. The Cowboys team of now, I'm ashamed of. You pay that guy all that money, and he still sucks. So, I mean,
and we're happy about that.
I know you are. And everybody gets excited about the Eagles and stuff, but it's only 2 games. Relax.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
we'll get
2
there.
games. You got a long way to go. But we're here to talk about some racing. We had a great weekend at Maple Grove.
Blast.
Some championships got decided this weekend, and we got a couple great cars going. And like I said, we have a surprise guest that's going to call today. We have Jimmy Horton that's going to call today. Jimmy won at New Egypt Speedway, won a modified race there, and the myth was as long as Jimmy won a feature, he would keep racing. And I asked Jimmy about that, when I was at New Egypt. He said that somebody brought that up, and he said, as long as I still enjoy racing the race car, I'm going to keep doing it. And when he got interviewed, he said, I enjoy racing the race car. And to have his father out there and have Hunter out there, it was cool to see that on the internet. It made me happy because the last time that Jimmy drove at East Windsor, it was in our car. And he won a feature for us. Shortly after that, East Windsor wasn't going to run, so he didn't get to drive for us as long as we wanted him to.
Right. Yeah.
I think we got
I
a
grew
phone
up
call.
watching Jimmy. I loved Jimmy when I was a kid. Oh, you got a call.
Who we got?
Oh, it's
Earl.
All right.
All right, Earl. Talk to us.
Hey, good evening, gentlemen. How we doing?
Good.
Good. Heard you talking about the Eagles there. Hey, got to go Jets. Jets are playing tonight. Go Jets.
So he's
breaking
a
our
Jet
heart.
fan.
That's okay. I'm a Packers fan, so
Oh, there you go.
I'm kind of a
Okay.
neutral.
Okay, I'll get you on the air.
So, but what's happening down at Wall, Earl?
Oh, very good. It was a very good return to racing last Saturday night, and looking forward to another very good Saturday. Point battles are getting closer and closer, but the point championship will actually be decided the last Saturday of this month. So, but last weekend, Derek Hopkinson won the modified feature. I know, Fred, you met him when you were
Right.
at the track. Young man drives it.
Yeah, did an interview with him. He was really, really gracious and did a nice interview with us. Did a spot for me on for my Need for Speed show. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, he's a good kid. His family as well, and that was his first win of the year.
Nice. Yeah, he was due.
He's currently leading in points.
Yeah, he was due. I seen him always running up front there, just not getting it all together. So. But yeah, so it's good to see him there. And so what do you got? What superheroes going on this weekend? Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
that should be fun. that's a good thing on Wall. There's always something going on the midway. So
There's somebody
it'll be
doing the
kind of
Batmobile.
Hero night plus racing.
You got Gary Blue down there with the Batmobile again.
And that would
That
work.
would be good.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
So, but yeah. So while I got you, you said something about the motorsports show.
Yes. Yeah, that'll be coming up the middle of January.
Okay, January.
Yeah, just check the exact date.
I just want to make sure it's not on my daughter or my grandson's birthday.
My birthday's in
okay.
January, too.
Let's see. Motorsports show is January 24th and 25th.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay, excellent.
All right.
Hey,
Sorry, we'll get that car will
talk
definitely
more
be
about
ready.
it
I've been
on
playing
the-
with it and getting it all together, and it's looking good. Bruce Bowen's coming out to letter it next week, and I'm really excited about getting it out and showing it off a little bit. I might not get out and run on a track, but this year, but really like to get out and show it off a little bit and have some fun with it. We'll be showing it at Hot Rod Santa too. So, but
very good.
Yeah.
Mark Yapel showed me a picture of the car the other day. It looks really nice.
Yeah, Mark's going to come over. I asked him and make sure that I set it up right, and he said he'll come over and give me a hand. There's probably not much I have to do with it because Andy Belmont and Jimmy Wismer, were the ones behind it. But I asked Mark because there's a couple questions I have about it, and he knows all that. So, looking forward to working with Mark and getting my car together.
Very good. Yeah, Mark gave me the background on how the hand clutch works on those cars. So, yeah, Mark's a great guy, and he'll really guide you through it. That's good.
That's good because I need to know how that hand clutch works too.
Yeah, a little bit different than the clutch on the floor, right?
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Yeah, me too.
If he can make Johnny Leach a star, he can make anybody a star.
There you
Oh, there you go. Okay.
so,
Yeah, it looks like a good show tonight. I hear you have Jimmy Horton coming on. That's great that he won at New Egypt.
Yes. And he hasn't won since 2013 at New Egypt. He won a championship in Bill Hewlett's car, the 901.
Right.
We also have Billy Pouch Jr. calling, who won the championship at
great.
Bridgeport. And we have Paulie Hartwig gonna call us too. So
what an
and
excellent
we got
lineup.
calls waiting in line right now.
Yeah.
Or also
I'll let you guys get back to it, and I'll listen in, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning as well.
Yeah, I'll
yes,
be
you
here.
will.
All right. Thanks, Earl.
Thanks, Earl. We appreciate you calling.
Keep up the great work, guys.
You got
We'll
it.
talk to you. Bye.
Thanks, Earl.
Got Polly on the line.
We got Paulie on the line. First and foremost, Mr. Hartwig, how are you feeling?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good, buddy. You know what? I want to say I watched you grow up, but you're still a youngster yet.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you calling. We saw you take that bad wreck there, and knowing that you're okay is the most important thing. And your dad goes above and beyond what a father should do when something happens to their kid. And I know how your mom is. She probably doesn't have any fingernails left, but you know, you are one of them guys that has natural talent no matter what you drive, whether it be asphalt or dirt. And what do you like better, Paulie? Do you like dirt? You probably like them both the same, but what would you prefer to do, dirt or asphalt?
Well, I like dirt, to be honest.
Really?
Because we struggle a lot on dirt, but it's a lot of fun. Sometimes we're hit the setup, and sometimes we don't. So, I mean, we do way better on asphalt, but I just like dirt way better because it's a lot of fun, a lot of competition. You can do a lot of different lines. You can do tops, slide jobs, and everything. But with the Sator mod, you just got to bump it and run them. But usually you can pass them clean, but it's just like if it's a one-lane track, that's how people do it, you know? But
Yeah.
I like dirt a lot better than asphalt.
So now, that being said, and you know, your dad puts stuff up for sale one week, then he gets something else, and then we see you running asphalt, and then we see you running dirt. You got any specific plans for next year?
Well, I'm trying to look for a ride, an asphalt ride or a dirt ride, whatever. I want to get in the 600 really bad at Trenton next year, so
Okay.
if anyone has it, hopefully they can put me in one. I haven't ran one before. It's just like an open wheel car, just like the Speedster, but I mean, I told my mom, you can slip in anything at the hospital because she wasn't even watching me. She was selling shirts, and then one of my crew guys, my dad told my crew guy to go get her, and then he was like, Lisa, come here, and then she thought like nothing happened. Then the guy yelled at her again, you got to run, and then when she's showing me, she started freaking out and started crying and everything.
Well, that's what moms are supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you, well, now you're a seasoned veteran, but
And that never goes away either.
no, you're still a kid. And
60, my mom would come running.
yeah, I mean, your mom's always going to be your mom, just like your pop. And we know your pop's a character, but your dad and your mom are going to be your number one supporters no matter what happens. And I know Kate Brown's a big supporter of yours, and she loves you. And I'm glad that she got a hold of your mom and you guys to get you on the show. I have pictures of you on my golf cart at New Egypt. When are you going to be eligible to come race at New Egypt? Because I know you've been wanting to race there too.
Well, I've been getting heard that I can race next year with the short track superstars, but I don't know if that's going to be a thing no more. So we were supposed to race Port Royal, and that got shut down. So hopefully 15 or 16, I think. I heard at 15 you can only run a couple shows. But, I mean, I've been running crates and small box already at my age. It's pretty good, but just got to be all those big guys. We can save it with them, but not as more consistent as them.
Now,
I don't really like big diamonds, but because used tires, because I hit them a lot this year so far.
I hear
Ripped the
you.
left front off the first time, and I don't know. I don't like ripping stuff off the car.
Now here's a kid that's still a kid, races modifieds, races dirt cars. He's the only kid to get thrown off the bus at New Egypt. Right, Paul?
Yeah.
And you're laughing now. I know you're laughing. So he drives race cars, but he gets thrown off the school bus at New Egypt. I won't tell anybody why you got thrown off the school bus, but I think if I come back to New Egypt, I can get you back on a school bus. Not that you could probably drive the school bus, Paul. We'll let you drive
Yeah.
the school bus. But no, I appreciate you coming on the show. Keep doing what you're doing, and just remember your Uncle Nick when you become a superstar. All right?
Yeah, I know.
All right, buddy. I love you. Take care of yourself. Tell your mom and dad I said hello. All right?
All right, man.
All right, buddy. Thanks,
Thank you.
pal.
Thank you.
All right.
Yep, thank you. All right.
Yep. And we got calls beyond calls here. Who we got
I
now?
like that.
Or you want to take a break first? All right, we'll do the call. Who we? We got Billy.
You there?
Hi, Bill. How are you?
Hey, that wasn't a great introduction there.
What's going on, pal?
Just Billy.
I
That's all we need to say.
keeping you honest. I mean, really here, you know.
Well,
God, you know, I guess listening to Paulie talk, and I was feeling older than I really am. I think
Yeah.
going there, you know what I mean?
When you really don't need no introduction. I mean, you're Billy Pouch Jr. Then we have BP3, your father, of course, and you accomplished something. Saturday night, your dad won a championship at Bridgeport. Now you've won a championship at Bridgeport. I hope I live long enough to see BP3 win a championship at Bridgeport. Mm-hmm. That would be so cool. And you've won a championship at New Egypt, and your father's won one at New Egypt. Bill, you got to be feeling pretty good to know that you've done and accomplished the same things that your father had at both New Jersey tracks. It's a shame Flemington ain't around no more, because you would probably win one there too.
Pretty cool, ain't it? Right? So
it's awesome.
You know, I don't know. Yeah, you look at things as you get older, and you kind of realize how things are kind of cool, right? So, and I had a lot of friends come and go in the sport, you know, and everyone goes, well, you were Billy Pouch, and I get it, right? That got me started, but all my friends that started with me, right, like little Cozies, the Hortons, even the Bright Bills, are kind of out of the sport. So I must not be half too bad at this shit, I think.
No, I watched you win a lot of races. I watched you have to do something that you probably really didn't want to do, but you had to do it for the same reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's just a shame that people don't value the talent that they have, and they should. But trust me, they're going to realize what they missed when they don't have it.
Yes, 100%, right? So no matter what you say in this world, you know, most people do this for the love of it, right? I mean, to me, it's like my golf game. You know, unfortunately, I try to get to the end of the year, break even, or come ahead, or I lose. You're never going to know what you're going to bring, right? But unfortunately, we can do that. And to be able to put a show on and make things happen is what it's about, right? And the amount of fan support is really cool, right? So, you know, we want to, I don't know, this Saturday meant a little bit, right? To be honest with you. So what people don't recognize, right? 2020, I was leading the championship, and then I ended up in the hospital with a freaking food poisoning.
Right.
So I lost that one. And 2021, we won't go down that road. So I really felt like I lost 2 in 2 years that I really felt like I had in the thing. So,
right.
You know, I was reading the story about, you know, Ryan Godown, and he's you know, he's a talented driver. I was like, he's got 6 of them now. I was like, crap, I should have had 4, which should have been right with him.
Right.
But woulda, shoulda, coulda. The way the sport goes. But I was happy I got a Bridgeport one this year, because now I can say, you know, last place, think about it, right?
Right.
I've won a Big Diamond Championship.
Yep.
Won a Bridgeport, New Egypt, Georgetown. Last one I really won the area is Grandview. Whether I ever get there or not, who knows? But I'll give it a shot someday.
Yeah, I mean, Bill, you know, you have proved yourself. You have nothing to prove, just like your sister has nothing to prove. And I don't know why people are picking on her, but we can talk about that later when I have her on the show one of these days. But you are great with the fans. You do what you need to do. I mean, you supported me in everything that I've done. I mean, I was just talking about you before you called, and you told me, and you were honest with me. You said, Nick, you've drank that Kool-Aid for a long time. And and I drank that Kool-Aid because of guys like you and the fans and the kids and all that. And do I miss it? Yes, I miss it. But I miss the people. And to see you do what you did at Bridgeport and see your father do the same thing. And the other thing is, that movie, for you to win with that car, with that movie car, that's going to be pretty cool to see in the movie, too.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, right? So it was a neat opportunity to be involved into it, and we were able to, park it in Victory Lane for them, which was really, really something special, I felt. And it was, excuse me, as I cough here, it was just really a neat year, right? Like, we won the Coal Cracker, we won, I think, 6 or 7 races this year. It's not been bad. You can always be better. But we were fortunate of it, and life's too short.
Yes.
You can hold grudges for a while, but if you hold them for your life, you're going to regret it when you get older. And just the way you kind of look at it, whether you see eye to eye with something on everything, doesn't make it right nor wrong. But in the end, it's about what's best for the people to love the sport. I think most of us do. It's a passion you can't really deny, and you take it the best you can.
Now, you driving the 14 at Grandview this week?
I am. We won the Coal Cracker with it, and we got 2 wins in about 8 races with it this year. So it's been very fortunate. When Ricky Holston kind of decided to kind of, I don't know if he called it a career or park it for a little bit there. We actually had the one guy that owned all the motors. We had an extra motor. We were fortunate enough to give it to him, and that was able to put the deal to give them the better program that they didn't have before.
Right. Now, what are your plans? Any big end-of-the-year shows that you plan on going to?
I think I really drank the Kool-Aid and bumped my head this year. I think I'm doing every single big show you can think of this year, for God bless me. So, I normally really don't, but it fell into my hands this year that we roll out. We go to the Sixer. We're going to Utica, Rome for their show. Then we go to Bridgeport, Oswego, back to Georgetown for 12, Middletown, Georgetown, Charlotte, and then back. And then I'll start back January 2nd in Allentown. You think I've messed my head up a little bit here, or what?
Nah, you're a pouch. That's it. You can't be taught something that you should already know. Like the boy, he gets in the micro and he flips and he gets out and he just got that look like his dad always had. Oh well, we'll get in it again. Bill, you got to be so proud of the boy and your daughter. Oh my God,
yeah, it's really cool to see him grow with that.
Yep,
you know what I mean?
Yep. You got the $1 Million family there. Your wife's a wonderful person, and we kind of grew together. I mean, all the wins at New Egypt with your dad, all the wins at New Egypt with you. We Billy, you and I have been friends for a long time. You know what I mean? And I've watched your career grow. I've watched your father. I was there when he won 100 races at New Egypt. And trust me, the people that don't pay attention, that don't think that you guys matter, they're out of their freaking mind, dude.
Walking through Maple Grove, right? You know how many drag racers stopped us and knew who we were?
Yep.
That means something to me, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a whole different atmosphere, and I'm going to talk about that a little later. And it's funny because you go to the Maple Grove Facebook page, there's no hate. You go to a Circle Track page, and there's so much hate and so much animosity. It's a shame. You know what I mean? But I know where the people go. I know who the people like. I've been in this too long to not know what's right and what's wrong. Mm-hmm. And I didn't do anything wrong, Bill. I didn't do anything wrong, just like you didn't do anything wrong. It's just a damn shame that somebody's ego got in the way of other people's happiness. He's gypping them of what they deserve, as far as I'm concerned.
And I'll chime in a little bit. I have to say, as a fan before I got heavy back into it, and sitting there and watching you, Bill, you actually got me back into it because I was out of it for a lot of years. And then heading down to New Egypt and watching you run, your dad run, probably down talking maybe 12, 15 years ago or so. But
a little bit, right?
Yeah. So, I started following you, and then the stuff happened at the end of 2021, and I was like, this is BS. And I was like, and actually, I still go to New Egypt because it's basically local for me. But some of the luster was lost when you had to leave there or you left there. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean that really the whole deal kind of was sour taste on it, right? There's a lot of things that could go down or whatnot. I don't even really want to. I don't even know how much further I can go down that road, right? I'll put it to you this way. I'll put it to you this way. I was there in July when everything, God rest his soul, happened to Joey there that night. I made the decision that I was not gonna hold the place accountable for my whole life. My dad and Ricky Holston will never set their foot in there, but they're also almost 60 and I'm 37, so I got a lot of years to live in my life that I don't want to say forever. I just didn't think it was right. Do I think I'd ever set weekly there again with that deal? No, because I just don't trust it. Do I think I'll go visit? Yeah, I would definitely go visit when I can. Just because I care that I don't want to see it a parking lot or anything like that, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, a long conversation off the record, right? I worry about just everything in general, right? The world's changing, and where do we fit into it is the whole key, right?
Right.
So how many years it goes, I hope, God rest, I hope I see my kid run it. For me, guys, it'd be a big pit in my stomach if I lost racing, but I think I'd manage on, right? I've done this 20-something years now. That's almost a quarter, almost a quarter of your life, almost a third of your life. What do you, at that point, I can be okay with my life, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
Well, 26 years I was there, Bill. It would be 27 this year. And that's a quarter of my life. And to just throw that away and toss it aside like I didn't matter, that kind of hurts. My sister-in-law, Dee, told me to tell you hello. Mama Dee just texted me and
she
said,
was amazing.
You tell...
And your niece.
Yep. You tell Bill I said hello. I said absolutely.
You come from a great line of racing people, right?
Yep.
The sport... When you're competitors, you're never going to see eye to eye on everything.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean you're not family.
Right.
We're all there to win.
Yep.
None of us are going to stuff each other right in the fence for a win. We're going to wreck. We're going to argue.
Yep.
Doesn't mean we hate each other.
Right.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Well, I will see you somewhere along the line, and you've always been honest with me, Bill. We've always been honest with each other. I appreciate you calling the show. You told me you would do it. I knew you would do it. We just had to make some time for one another. Give the wife and the kids a big hug for me. Give your dad a hug for me. Tell your sister I'm coming for her. I want her to be on the show, and tell her I got her back no matter what.
Will do, guys. Well, thank you again. No matter how little or small, any promotion's good in this sport. We need everything you can get. Thank you for continuing to run on, and I will see the both of you at a track coming up.
Awesome.
All right, brother.
We'll
be good, Bill.
Thank you all. Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks. Yep. All right, I guess we got to go to a break. Stone Cold's waving his hand and throwing shit at us, so we'll go from there.
At Independence Blue Cross, we take care of the people who take care of you. Everyday heroes like firefighters, police officers, teachers, farmers, and healthcare workers. Doctors and hospitals across the region have IBX, and they know what it means to have reliable access to care. So whether you're saving lives or just trying to live a healthier life, count on IBX, the region's #1 health insurer for 85 years. Learn more at IBX.com.
When an Eagles player gets hurt, the team takes care of him. When you get hurt, the attorneys at Begley, Carlin, and Mandio will take care of you. They understand that a severe accident can be a life-altering event. You need a reliable teammate to fight for you. The attorneys at Begley, Carlin, and Mandio will get you great results. And if there's no recovery, there's no fee. Contact them today at 215-750-0110 for a free consultation. 215-750-0110 for a reliable ally that's on your side.
Head out to Dion Square, located at South Oxford Valley and South Olds Boulevard, to get all your essentials in one place, with the following businesses ready to serve you: Pat Dion Beverages, CVS Pharmacy, Hair Cuttery, Smile Culture Dental, Biomat, Liberty Auto Tags, Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits, Lee's Hoagie House, R&J Smoothies and Juices, AutoZone, and First National Bank and Trust of Newtown. Make Dion Square your one stop for all your shopping needs at South Oxford Valley Road and South Olds Boulevard in Fairless Hills.
Come on out Wednesday at 7 p.m. to the High School Football Roundtable Show at Sandy's Beef and Ale. Meet the local high school football players and coaches, 2028 East Old Lincoln Highway. See you there, Sandy's Beef and Ale.
And we're back here on Wide Open Wednesday. Here are your hosts, Fred Fletcher and Nick Leach.
Well, that was interesting to have Billy Pouch Jr. on there. The kid's kid, if you will, and always a great interview with him. Good to have Paulie Hartwig with us. Now you're going to get a chance to win 2 tickets to the Keystone Trucking Nationals. Yours truly is going to be the voice for that show this Saturday at Maple Grove. The Koretsky family has given me tickets. Kyle and Kenny Jr. and Taylor and Captain Chaos himself and Karen, the whole family said, all right, give up a couple tickets. Caller number 6. So if you're out there, you call the station. We'll give you the phone number. It's 215-949-3232. Caller number 6 is going to win 2 tickets to the Keystone Trucking Nationals at Maple Grove Raceway. Now, we're going to go into some of the couple championships were decided. We're going to go to Bridgeport Motorsports Park. Of course, Billy Pouch Jr. was the modified champion there. He's won a championship there, and his father has won a championship there. And I guess they're going to do some more of the points races will be ending soon. The modifieds were won by Dylan Stoyer. Of course, the Iceless Sportsman was won by Brian Papias. Victory Fuel Wingless Sprint Cars were won by Matt Pack. Street Stocks were won by Mike Hughes, and the Four Cylinders was Tim Jones. As we move over to New Egypt, he hasn't won there since 2013.
The sensational one.
Yes, and always a big fan of his. Always a gentleman. The last time he won at East Windsor was in a 99, which was my brother's car. And he won the modified feature there. The Mikey Toth, Joey Toth's father, won the 602 Crate Sportsman. Mick DiAgostino won the New Egypt Wingless Sprint Car feature. And John Carpenter winds up winning the Street Stock feature. Grandview, Jeff Strunk won the championship for them. The modifieds were won by Craig Von Dorn. And the NASCAR Sportsman was won by Dakota Kohler. Baps ran, of course, in York Haven, PA. The Myers RV Super Sportsman 100 was won by Scott Dillinger. The CH Recovery Graphics East Coast Legend Series was won by Jeremy Ott. Creekside Auto Sales Late Models was won by Chad Smith. CH Recovery Brooks Graphics Superior Homes Extreme Stocks Alex Upgraff. And then we go to Wall Stadium.
All right.
Tell them about Wall Stadium, Frederick.
All righty. Yeah, Wall Stadium, the Legend Cars is Ryan Colthal. The TQ Midgets was Tyler Wagner. Factory Stock was Rob Anderton. Modified was Derek Hopkinson. And the Sportsman was Kevin Davison.
Well, like we were mentioning, track championship at Bridgeport. Of course, Billy Pouch Jr. won the modified championship. The wingless sprint cars, the champion was Brian Spencer. Brian Spencer, mainstay in the wingless sprint cars. So he wound up winning the championship in the wingless division at Bridgeport. So Ryan Godown wins the championship at New Egypt. I believe that's maybe his 5th championship.
I think it's 6.
His 6th championship, and Ryan will be on the show next week. We'll get to talk to him. Ryan Simmons and Steve Davis are in a tight battle for the 602 Crate Sportsman. Them championships will be decided this week. Mick DiAgostino is the point leader in the new sprint cars. Heidi Edens right behind him.
Oh, yeah, so she's a heck of a runner. I'm glad to see that.
Fred's a big fan of hers, and Shay Wills, and then Larry Drake and Isaiah Masker. Brian Ludwig and Corey Fleming got a battle going on in the street stock division. The Four Cylinders, Kyle Hurley and Justin Dunn. Justin Dunn a little late to the party, and it looks like Kyle Hurley, it looks like he has clinched the title, as our notes tell me here.
Yeah.
He's leading by 91 points, so he should be able to clinch the title. That'll be his first title. I call him Big Country because he's a big guy and a nice guy to boot.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we go to Grandview. The track champion, of course, is Jeff Steerunk, as Danny would say. Logan Watt, back-to-back championships at Grandview. He winds up winning the Sportsman division. Action track champions, the Hyper 600s was Colin White, Tim Buckwalter, the All-Star Speedsters, Dylan Hawk won the All-Star Slingshots, Matthew Laubach won the Junior Slingshot. Big Diamond, Brett Cressley is the 358 modified champion, the 602 crates, Jordan Henn, and then Andrew Fayash. So now we can talk a little bit about Maple Grove.
What we did over the weekend. You did all weekend.
Oh, I did all weekend. I was the gatekeeper at Gate 2. My wife was the gatekeeper at Gate 3. Drag racing people are just a totally different breed of people. And when you go to a national event like that at Maple Grove, the Koretsky family just goes above and beyond to make you have a good time. And, you know, whether you drive the courtesy cart or you're checking bags at the gate, it's just a lot of fun. And every ticket you buy is a pit pass. You get to go there. Yeah. You get to meet Antron Bound. You get to meet Shirley Muldowney.
Yeah.
If that made Fred's day, he could have packed his
made
bags.
my week and month.
He could have packed his bags and went home after that. I got to meet Jasmine Salinas. I've been wanting to meet her for 2 years because we have Pomeranians in common. Her dog Stevie travels all over the country with her, and I got to meet her, and what a sweetheart. But they take their time to be with people, and you know, drag racing is just, if you haven't went to a national event, whether it be at Maple Grove or anywhere, you need to go do this because it's pretty cool. The funniest thing that happened at Maple Grove is I'm at the gate where the starting line is not far from where we are, and I'm telling the people, put your earplugs in because the top fuelers were getting ready to go down the strip, and I'm like, put your earplugs in. They're like, we don't need earplugs. Well, guess what?
You need earplugs.
It shook the whole building where we were standing at checking bags and stuff, and they're like, oh, yeah, I didn't know that was going to happen. Well, yeah, you can thank Uncle Nick for that. Trust me, the next round of cars that went down, they all had their earplugs in, and if they didn't have earplugs, they were holding them in. And it's just a neat experience all around. You know, you get to walk around, you get to mingle with the stars in the cars of the NHRA, and the Koretsky family has gone above and beyond for that.
Yeah, what a show, what a turnout.
Sold out.
It was sold out. It was packed from, you know, I got tickets. You guys gave me tickets, and I got down there, and we sat down near the finish line, and where Fox Channel was down there doing that whenever they do, and it was really cool seeing the amount of people. Craig and I took some video of the amount of people, the mass that was there, and it was and you're right, everybody was in a great mood. Craig and I spent a lot of time walking around the pits and just talking to people and seeing people, and it was just what an experience it is. You really need. That's twice I've been to Maple Grove and had a great time both times. And I was never a real big drag racer. I'm a circle guy.
I got back into drag racing because of Kyle. Because I drive a dump truck for the Koretskys, and Kyle was running pro stock a couple years ago, and I got back into drag racing. My brother started out as a drag racer. He raced at ATCO in Englishtown, and he wanted to be a drag racer, and then all of a sudden Tom from Quality Auto Body bought a modern stock, they call it, which is a street stock of this day and age. And when they first went to a circle track race, they left halfway through, and then the next week they had a car. So, and then, you know, I got into drag racing because of Kyle and them, and it's just, Kyle is hands-on with everything. Kenny Junior is hands-on with everything. It's a family deal. Now this week is the Diesel Trucking Nationals, and the Keystone Trucking Nationals, excuse me. And they brought that back because Englishtown used to have the Diesel Trucking Nationals, and Kenny gave me the opportunity to be the sole announcer for the Keystone Trucking Nationals, and he said, "You got it. That's what you're going to be doing from now on. Every time we have this show." So. I can't wait to do it. It's this Saturday. If you're a truck enthusiast, you need to come there. They have a midway with parts, stuff to shimmy shine your truck up, all kinds of. There's a truck show. There's a burnout contest. If you're a truck enthusiast, you need to come to Maple Grove. Some of the trucks that you see out on the highway delivering stone and dirt, and you will see them go down the drag strip. I say take a trip down our strip, and you'll see some of these trucks going. And some of these trucks are really fast.
I've seen some back in the 80s when they were doing it. They turned one of the runways down at McGuire Air Force Base when I was in there to a temporary drag strip, and they had those big trucks down there, and they were badass.
Yeah, I mean, it's the work that these guys put in them, and they come from all over the country, believe it or not, to come to Maple Grove. Some of the time they put in shining them up and making them right, and then to see when they go down the drag strip and do what they do. And we have a truck parade for all the trucks that are in the show, and I get to go out on the starting line, introduce who they are, where they're from, and it just gives them their moment, and it's a pretty neat deal. And me being who I am, I kind of have a blast doing it, and I can't wait. I really can't wait to do it. I was talking to Kenny this afternoon, talked to Kyle, and he offered the tickets up to the 6th caller. If you call that number and you're the 6th caller, we're going to give you 2 free tickets to go to the Keystone Trucking Nationals at Maple Grove.
215-949-3232. Steve's sitting here doing nothing. So
yeah, he's sitting here doing nothing. He's looking at the starting lineup for the Phillies game, and they can clinch tonight. He's all smiles. The last time you were here, he was a little miserable. So, but he's kind of happy now. We call him Stone Cold because he's into wrestling, and I'm sure if you listen to this station, you can get to hear him. Now, another thing that's coming up is on November 30th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's Hot Rod Santa, and that's at Fletcher's Garage, 480 Hood Boulevard, Fairless Hills. It's Toys for Tots Drive. There's all kind of stuff happening. There's hot rods. There's race cars. Nice. There's all kinds of stuff happening. Fred's stealing my flyer.
That's because I'm the experienced one with this one.
There you go, Fred.
This is the 9th annual Hot Rod Santa. It's at my place, Fletcher's Garage over 480 Hood Boulevard, which is the corner of Hood Boulevard and South Olds Boulevard, right in the heart of Fairless Hills, right down the street from Pennsbury High School. So it's easy to find, easy to get to. We're going to have, like Nick was saying, we're going to have the hot rods like I usually do. My car will be out there. Race cars, we got a couple of race cars lined up, and my race car will be out there too, so I'll have 2 cars in my own show. All right.
There you go. Absolutely.
So, we got a live WBCB radio broadcast. Jim Foxwell will be out there with us to talk about Hot Rod Santa. The kids can get pictures with Santa on any of the cars, the race cars, the hot rods, even the Fairless Hills Fire Company's coming down. They bring their fire trucks down. The kids can get pictures and play around with the lights on that. Also, we have the Disciples of Christ Motorcycles Ministries. They come out with their motorcycles, and they supply hot dogs and some spiritual stuff. And then cool. It's really a good time. Go over and see them. They'll do prayer if you want.
I need to get some spirit.
You need some spirit.
Yeah, thank you. Definitely, I appreciate that. Thanks.
We have to screen you first. We also have a raffle for free to win 4 tires for free from my place through GT Radio.
I need tires. Can we fix
You need
that?
tires? No, I'm not fixing that. You just bring a whole lot of toys, and we'll put a whole lot of things in there.
All right, okay.
So this is to memorialize. Like I said, this is my 9th one. Right. This is my 2nd annual that I memorialize a good friend of mine and a good friend of my shop. Cool. We called him Secret Santa. His name was John Lesky.
Okay.
His family's great family. They've been customers of mine since I've been back here in Fairless. He used to bring toys, probably 500 to 1,000 toys every year, and he would give the cash donations, and he would never forget the teenagers, because a lot of times people bring little toys that you get at the dollar store or stuff like that, which is still great.
Yeah, absolutely.
But teenagers get forgot about. So he went last year or 2 years ago and got $50 gift certificates to put in for the teenagers.
Nice.
So I mean, he was there, and he did not want any recognition. He's probably mad that I'm saying this right now. So he's looking down on me, going, "Shut up, shut up." But too bad, John. But yeah, you're getting the recognition you deserve.
Right.
So like I said, it's a great time. It goes from 11 to 3. Bring a toy. Have some food. That's also my company Christmas pick party. So we set up food and drink and stuff like that, and it goes from there. So,
all right, cool.
Yes.
All right, well, our special guest is on the line. We're going to bring him on now, and we have Jimmy Horton on the line. Jim?
Yes, sir.
How are you, young man?
Hanging in there.
I can tell you're hanging in there. I mean, it was so cool to get the results Saturday night and see that you won at New Egypt. The only sad part is that I wasn't there to do the interview, but I get to talk to you on a regular basis. And Jim, I'll tell you what, you don't know how many people were so happy to see that you won, and then the win with Dad's car and it be a 76. I know Jimmy Blewett was happy about that. Mm-hmm. But, I was telling everybody about the deal. As long as you won a feature every year, you would keep racing. And then in the interview, you said as long as you enjoy racing, you're going to keep doing it. So I guess you're going to be around for a while, huh?
Well, trying to be. It's been a few years since I won, and that was the big joke when I didn't win that one year. And they said, well, are you going to quit? I said, well, I still enjoy driving race cars, so let's go from there.
Well, I think me and my brother John got gypped when you drove for us because you got us a win, but I think we could have done a whole lot of damage at Windsor with your, it was your car, and we bought the car from you, and then that was short-lived because we didn't even get a chance to get the full extent of your talents at Windsor with that car. I think we could have won a lot of races together, Jim.
Yeah, we could have did good. We just we didn't have time to gel a little bit. You know, we had little issues here and there, and then I was running all over the place doing different things, and it was just and then Windsor was closing and all that kind of stuff. So it really just didn't give us time to have the fun we needed to have.
Jim, are you like running New Egypt? Are you happy with just doing that right now? Are you going to plan on doing any traveling, or are you just happy just doing what you're doing?
No, we're happy doing that right now. You know, we with the unfortunate deal of Artie Tenney passing away in December, and then me buying his business, and just trying to get it up and running the way he would want it to be running is I wouldn't say taking a toll on me, but it's you're just working hard to keep this going right now. I've done a lot of races. I've won a lot of races. I'm not saying another win don't mean a lot, but it does.
Right.
But it's probably at this time in my life, it's not as important as it was when I was 20, 30 years ago.
Right. I mean, and Artie, the guy, let's touch on that a little bit. He done so many things for so many people, and you included, and he done stuff for us, and a guy like that, the impact that he has on racing, and with him not around anymore, his impact is going to be in racing until we're gone. And for you to do what you did to take over the business, I know he's smiling because he wouldn't want anybody else but you and the guys that you have there doing what you're doing. So the business is in good hands. So there's no shame in that game, Jim. You're doing the right thing.
No, we're enjoying doing it, and we're just enjoying picking up the game and building more parts and bringing some of the stuff back that we stopped building because we just couldn't do it at the time. And then racing and stuff is still. We're going to go to Georgetown this Friday. But they got canceled, so we're going to stay home, and I'll probably do some work here Saturday, and then do something, either go down the shore or do something.
So now, do you just have the one car, or do you still have the 43 too?
No, I have the 43. I have a couple 43s. I got the 76.
Okay.
And we had the 43. Well, we started the season with 76, and driver kept knocking the wall down, and then he just decided to maybe bring out the 43 and see if we can change our luck a little bit. And
right.
That car was a little bit more. It was more comfortable. We racing it, but it just. I wouldn't say it wasn't as fast. It was, but there was just something missing that I just couldn't get to where I wanted to be. Where when I was running the 76, I'd always be going to the front.
Right.
And like I said, the driver hit the wall twice in one night, and then one night we broke a fan, and then another night we had something else happen. It just got us down and discouraged about it, and we parked it for a while, and then we took it to Bridgeport, and we didn't, with the Artie race, and we had 20 on it.
Right.
So we really didn't run good there with it. So
right.
We kind of brought it home and put it up on the rack and let it sit there for a while, and
gave it a timeout. Huh?
Gave it a timeout.
Yeah, give it a timeout, or spanked it, or do something. And then Friday night, we didn't race the week before, and then Friday night everybody asked me if I was going to race, and on Saturday, and I wasn't feeling good the last 2 weeks. I had a cold or something knocking the hell out of me.
Right.
And I said, I'm feel good enough to race, and then I asked the guys and Lisa and everybody which car you want to take, and then the 76 got the vote, so we put the body on it Friday night and went racing.
Now, the track was a little religious Saturday night. How's your back feel?
I'm okay. I don't know. I'm an old timer. I've been to racetracks a hell of a lot rougher than that.
I know. And it just seems like the seasoned veterans rise to the occasion with stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of wimps out there, Jim, that complain about everything. You know that.
Yeah, people ask me how rough was it, and I said it was a racetrack. It was you don't want to aim for the holes and drive through them and say, "Oh, Jesus Christ, there's a hole there."
Right.
Try to go around it, but if you got to go through it to get a spot,
right?
So be it.
Right. Right.
But,
I remember I was at Port Royal one time, and we were at Port Royal, and I was standing at. Then you could stand near the track, and Doug Wolfgang was standing there. And I said, man, the track's a little rough. He goes, that's perfect, because when they slow down, I'm going to blast her in there and pass them all. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Wolfgang could do that.
Jimmy, I seen you win a lot of races at Bridgeport, and I had somebody build me a special model of the statewide number 3 that I have at home that you have not got the autograph yet, that I got to get you the autograph, so maybe I'll see you at Motorsports or something. But you don't know how much I appreciate you calling here and doing me the justice of having you call my radio show. You've always been a supporter of mine, and I will always be a supporter of yours. Give the wife a hug and a kiss for me, and I appreciate you calling, Jim.
I will, and I appreciate all your good words, and your life in racing's been really good.
Thanks, Jimmy. I appreciate it, buddy.
Okay, man.
All right, brother. Thanks. Yep.
Talk. Yep. Bye.
So
a legend.
I'm telling you. Yeah, when I've seen him when I was a kid. He was running the statewide 3.
Yeah.
He took over like right after Billy Osmond was doing it. My dad was involved with Billy, so I was watching Jimmy ever since then, and watching it and always pulling for him when I'm at New Egypt, and he was always almost there, just not quite. And then I was always like, one of these times he's going to get there.
Yeah.
And I missed it last week. So
when you grow up in this like we do, and we used to go to Bridgeport when we were younger, the statewide 3.
That was it.
He would, and Gary Gullop in the 16, and you watch them guys, and guys like Chick Casaboon in the 7A when he ran sports, when Chick was the king, and Jimmy in the statewide 3, and then you had Gary Gullop, and we grew up in this sport and got to see some of the greatest drivers. And next we got to get Billy Osmond to call here, so that'll
make me happy.
Get Fred through the deal here, but we got to talk about Wall Stadium real quick. All first responders enjoy free grandstand admission at Wall Stadium this week. Modifieds are going to go 40 laps. They have Sportsman Factory stocks, Fast Fours, limited late models. Grandstands open at 4. Qualifying starts at 5:15. Intermission 6:20 to 7. Opening ceremonies at 7 o'clock. Feature races begin at 7:05. All races are cone races. Earl can explain that tomorrow morning when he calls. And then I guess they get to pick, what they're going to do, but pit pass is $45, pit license is $35, and grandstand admission is $19, 17 senior discount, $10 students, 17, and Wall Stadium's kind of going on too. I mean, Fred's been there for a couple times.
Yeah.
I got to get down there.
I really enjoy it. Yeah, we got to go down there.
Yep, we got to get down there, and then of course the granddaddy of them all at Grandview, the Freedom 76er. I haven't had a chance to go to the Freedom 76 because I've always been tied up on a Saturday night. And of course, this Saturday night I'm going to be at Maple Grove. But if you've never had a chance to go watch the Freedom 76 at Grandview, it's a spectacle to behold. It's one of the richest and greatest dirt races you can go to. So you need to go to Grandview. If you're out in that area, go to Grandview. And you know what? Racing's racing.
I don't think I've been to Grandview in 40 years. It's been a long time.
You need to go, and BAPS is running this week. All the tracks are running. Championships are going to be decided tomorrow morning. America's Mechanic, and then we have Need for Speed. I'm sure Earl will be calling. I'm sure I'll be calling from the landfill. trying to get Fred to bring me lunch. But
well, you're on the landfill. You got all kinds of lunch.
Yeah, I got all kind of lunch. I got all the seagulls over there. I never saw an eagle up close.
Oh, there's right there. Yeah.
But the landfill, I've seen more eagles at the landfill than I've ever seen in my life. And I mean, they're like right there. I've got pictures of them on my phone.
Yeah, that little drainage ditch just before you make the left to go into the landfill. There's an eagle that has a nest there, but sometimes he's sitting on that thing.
Yep.
Because I do my test drives when I go down that way.
Okay.
When I set monitors, computer monitors, I go down that way because I can open it up a little bit.
Right.
And then there's the eagle. Hey, buddy,
Yeah,
what's up?
I mean they're beautiful,
Oh, yeah.
beautiful birds. Well, we got to thank Kate Brown for everything
Oh,
she
yeah.
does for us. She
Absolutely.
gives us our cheat sheets. She's got our Wide Open Wednesday webpage. Make sure you go to that. You have any questions for me, Fred, or Warren? Of course, Warren's here once a month. We're getting a studio set up to where we're going to do some live stuff from the studio. They took some footage at Maple Grove. I'm going to take some more footage at Maple Grove. I put some old stuff
together.
I put some old stuff up from the Nationals from the first year when the Koretsky's had some pretty neat interviews and stuff. So, but no, make sure you tune in tomorrow at 9 o'clock. America's Mechanic. You got a question about your car, and nobody claimed our tickets.
If we want to put it out there tomorrow.
Yeah, we could put it out tomorrow morning.
Just throw it back out
tomorrow
there.
morning from 9 to 10.
Yeah.
Either show, call in, caller number 6. We'll get Joe and Jim on that, and Fred, carry it over till tomorrow. Yep. Nobody called to win the tickets for the Keystone Truck and Nationals, but we'll give them away tomorrow.
Maybe some truck drivers are in the morning.
Yeah, there we go.
The other guys are home already.
We got to thank Steve Lawler for working the controls for us tonight, and hopefully the Phillies clinch.
We'll be watching that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, have a great night, everybody. I'll talk to you in the morning.
Be safe. We'll see you in the morning.
Hi, Merrill Reese, voice of the Eagles, inviting you to join me and a different Eagles guest every week for Pro Football Report, presented by BCWSA. Listen to the show on both 1490 WBCB and 107.3 FM from a different Chickies and Pete's location near you. Pro Football Report, presented by BCWSA, every Tuesday night from 6 to 7, right here on 1490 WBCB and 1